BrainSpark team from Johor Matriculation College would like to present to you about our latest innovation known as hologram kit Mollygram. Molecular geometry is a 3D geometry showing how an atom is bonded in a molecule. It is one of the subtopics in physical chemistry syllabus. This molecular geometry is one of the subtopics that need to be learned by all science students doing chemistry in the matriculation system as recorded in our curriculum specifications. Students are expected to be able to draw the 5 basic molecular geometry as well as according to the valence shell electron repulsion theory. This is an example of molecular geometry for methane, both in 3D shape as well as it is drawing that need to be done by students as shown on the right. According to the student assessment record written by the examiners for students' performance in paper 1 of 2019-2020, there are only 80% of the students who were able to determine the correct molecular geometry of phosgenes or carbonyl dichloride. However, they were not able to draw the trigonal planar molecular geometry of phosgenes correctly. 20% of the students will not be able to choose the correct central molecule for phosgene as well. Thus, examiners concluded that majority of the students failed to draw molecular geometry of the given molecule correctly. A formative assessment was conducted on determining molecular geometry to all students during DK014, and 53% of the students failed to determine the correct molecular geometry in the assessment. In addition, an interview was carried out to collect students' feedback about the assessment. First student said that he cannot draw the correct molecular geometry for any given molecules because it is hard for him to visualize the shapes in 3D shape. Second student also said the same, and he says that he cannot imagine the molecular geometry of any molecule by reading notes only. In the same time, classes were still run online due to the pandemic, so students cannot go for consultation with the lecturers to help them understand better in this topic. Third student said that he imagined all the molecular geometry are just similar for any kind of shapes. This also agreed by the fourth students. They cannot answer any molecular geometry questions unless the molecule given is the same in the example given in their lecture notes. From the findings of students' assessment records, students' interviews, and results of the formative assessment, there are several issues facing by the students, which are, first, the basic molecular geometry are always presented in 2D shapes if in the students' handouts and 3D shapes in the lecture video. However, students need to draw the molecules in 3D shape in the exam questions. Lecturers only have a few sets of molecular geometry kit which cannot be shared with every student but only to be used for demonstration during class. This molecular geometry kit is quite pricey for students to buy on their own. Therefore, they only can view the 3D shapes during class through video presented by the lecturer. Tutorial classes are only for 1 hour in every period and students may not be able to store their memory in a long-term memory. Besides that, the number of items in the kit are quite limited, so only a few basic shapes can be presented in one time. The objectives of this innovation are, first, to enhance students' interest in the molecular geometry topic. Second, to produce Mollygram hologram kit which is light and portable that can be used to present molecular shapes of a molecule in 3D shape. Third, to use Mollygram hologram kit to help students increase their visualization capability in their molecular geometry topic. Mollygram hologram kit was produced from a hard box that have a cube shape. It consists of 2 types of openings that have a small space on the left and right side which fit the size of a smartphone, whereas there is a front space on the box which being used to show the hologram video. There are a hologram pyramid inside the box at the top sides and QR code for every video tutorial of the 5 basic molecular geometry was pasted outside of the box which can be scanned by students to get access to the hologram video prepared by the lecturer. The size of these products are as shown in the video. The Mollygram hologram kit can be used by following these 4 simple steps. First, students need to scan the QR code on the top side of the box using their smartphone. Second, students need to insert their smartphone on the sideways space of the Mollygram. Third, students need to press button play on the screen of their smartphone. Fourth, hologram video of the molecular geometry will be played and can be seen from the front openings of the box. The flows of developing the final prototype of Mollygram hologram kit are as follows. First, the topic of the molecular geometry was being taught for 1 week to build up prior knowledge of students in this topic. Students were then given an individual assignments on this topic as well. The first draft of students' answer for their assignment were evaluated and recorded. Those students who get low mark for their first draft were introduced to use the first prototype of the Mollygram hologram kit. From the session, improvements were made on the kit till 4th prototype of the kits were produced and ready to be used by a larger group of students. Lastly, students submit their final assignment's answer which was then evaluated and their mark was recorded. These are the pictures of the session when the final prototype of Mollygram hologram kit was being used by the students to help them in completing their individual assignments. The individual assignments carries 40% weightage in their final exam marks for chemistry paper in semester 1. The questions in the assignment are as shown in the video. There are questions on drawing molecular geometry which amounted 16% out of the total assignments. From the first draft, it is shown that 74.2% of the students were not able to answer these questions correctly. The use of Mollygram hologram kit among students have several big impacts to the students' performance in this molecular geometry topic and in chemistry as a whole. A questionnaire was distributed to all students involved and their scores are as follows. First, it helps students to visualize molecular geometry of a molecule in 3D shape, which give a mean score of 4.44 out of 5 in the questionnaire. Second, it helps to increase student interest in this topic. As shown, the mean score from the questionnaire for this part is about 4.24 out of 5. Third, the students give a score of 4.49 out of 5 for item in the questionnaire, saying that this Mollygram kit has the potential to be commercialized. Lastly, this Mollygram kit helps to improve and increase student score in the individual assignments from the first draft to the final answer. Initially, 74.2% of the students failed to answer molecular geometry questions in their first draft of the assignment. However, after using Mollygram in their studies, students shows big increase in their scores from the first draft to the final submission as shown in the table given. This Mollygram hologram kit has been approved to be used for the teaching and learning session in Johor Matriculation College starting from the 1st February 2021. This product also has been applied to register under Intellectual Property Corporation of Malaysia, MyIPO, to be patent and copyright. The use of Mollygram hologram kit has also been shared with other organizations, for example in SNK Maxwell Kuala Lumpur, to be used in their chemistry STPM students. This kit has the potential to be commercialized as it can be used to display molecular geometry in 3D shape. It is cheap and can be sold at a price of RM1.55 per unit, which is an affordable price to any students in Malaysia. Besides that, this Mollygram hologram kit, which is a kit that helps to display hologram videos, also can be used in other subjects, especially science subject, to increase students' interest. Hologram is a new technology that uses the concept of artificial intelligence, which has been explored recently in the world to visualize objects and images in 3D shape. We also already applied for a joint research with Electronic Department of British Malaysian Institute to improve Mollygram hologram kit to be a mega 3D projector to project a bigger 3D image that can be used in a bigger classroom, such as in a lecture hall, which the product should have the following properties, which are big, portable and cheap.